in a broken wasteland. Come to my fire.
What's going on, metalheads? Thank you all for tuning into this week's episode of the Metal Forge. My name is Mark Jackson. I'm your host. As you can see in the gallery already, holy shit, we actually don't have a guest this week because we at Flamekeeper are doing our tribute, or is anybody who is a home improvement fan, our salute to Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath. We have fellow Flamekeepers Aaron Assant, Jason Roach, and as you know him of the Alehorn fame and Temptations Wings fame, Jason Gardner.
Fame is a strong word, but thank you. I appreciate that.
As you know him from Steel and Stone fame.
Oh, yeah.
Jason Gardner, the hardest working independent single show promoter in metal.
That's right. That would be correct. Also, part-time consultant for other festivals now.
And I say you're the hardest working single promoter in metal because you have a Thumbtack account.
Yeah.
And people pay for your services.
I do, yes. I have. Thank you for all 5-star ratings over the years, people.
Gentlemen, thank you for coming in this week to be part of this. This has been awesome. What's going on? How are y'all doing?
I'm doing good, man. Working, Listen to a lot of Ozzy this week, so.
Yeah.
Been a week.
Yeah, Jason Roach and I kind of talked earlier today, and it has definitely been a week. Not only, like where I am with the heat and everything, and like everybody's feeling that too, because Jason Roach lives a couple hours from me. Jason Gardner, I know you're in North Carolina, so you got the fucking heat too. Yeah. Probably hotter there, but I don't know. How's the humidity in North Carolina?
Oh, it fucking sucks, dude.
It is, well, yeah, I mean, because you are in like what they call like swamp metal territory.
Well, no, I'm up in the hills, but it's still hot. I mean, it's like I'm probably closer to the sun than anyone here right now.
I just came back from Florida.
Yeah.
And it's hotter here than Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about like elevation wise, I'm probably closer to the sun than anyone on this panel. But yeah, it's still pretty warm. But I was in Charlotte Thursday, and dude, I thought it was the world was gonna melt down there. My internal thermometer was like 98, and I know it was probably like on the conservative side of the temperature outside. And then I sat in traffic in it, so the whole time I was worried that the wife's Jeep was gonna fucking explode in a fucking fireball because it was so damn hot and not moving, and no air moving on the outside of it, So
going to hang on now. Let's speaking of things this week.
Yeah.
Let's other than the obvious reason why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of this week and going to Charlotte and taking the wife's vehicle to work, why don't you tell these guys what happened?
Got 2 flat tires, one on the front.
No, with the break-in of your vehicle.
Oh, the bear. Yeah. So yeah, I was at work and a bear decided to help itself to my kids' lunch from a couple days ago. The wrapper fry boxes. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, came out. I'll send Mark he can put a picture up on the video. I'll send it to him.
Yeah.
But so basically I was at an old apartment building. It used to be a Holiday Inn. They converted into condos. And I was coming down, I saw my back passenger door open. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this? And I started walking and I was like looking. I was like, man, somebody's fucking in my damn vehicle. Man, I had like tools and shit in the back. I was like, fuck this. So I was pick up the pace a little bit, and then a fucking bear jumped out with a bag. I was like, oh, well,
slow down the pace.
Yeah, this changed things. And then the bear had a demeanor like, I really don't give a fuck, and if you come over here, I will fucking kill you. Like that was just like the vibe it was giving off. Like it just didn't care. I couldn't find nothing to throw towards it. I tried yell at it, and it just didn't care. So I just waited for it to walk off, and then when I was walking off, it went to the truck next to mine. It was a black Toyota, like you can see in the picture, and it started just jumping up on the door handles and just pulling the door handles to see if it would open up too. So the bear knew that if you pull on the handles, that the door it uses weight to open the door.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Smart.
That
They're
almost-
smart, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that almost reminds me of the scene in like Jurassic Park where the fucking raptors start opening the doors.
Mhm. Well, you know, like, I'm sitting there. I was like probably like 25 feet away before I stopped, and like, dude, still, I was kind of like on edge. I was like, man, this dude, if this fucking thing starts like charging, like, I don't like, there's nothing around me to like hide behind or anything. Like, I just have to like run, and it's hot out. I don't know if I'll make it, back to the door, because the door was like really far away from me. And plus, I had a key code, so you gotta get that right the first time to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, this could be nasty, man. But yeah, luckily it got done and left, and then I told some other guy walking out, like, hey man, there's a bear like walking around nearby, and he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And he like went back inside. I was like, okay, well, probably smart.
No, knowing my luck, it would have been a fucking storage unit key code too. If you've ever rented a storage unit, it's like star, 3 numbers, 4 numbers, and a fucking pound
Well,
sign.
it was 6 numbers and a pound sign, so it was like 7 digits.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it can't be fucking 1138
Yeah, it was like
and get in.
It was like 2024 blank blank and then like pound. So like it was like none of the numbers were like in a row. It was all like jumbled around the keypad, So yeah, fun times. Yeah, that was
Dude,
actually
they say you're supposed to play dead when a bear comes around you, or else it won't. If it thinks you're dead, it won't bother you.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, funny thing was, this isn't the first time I've been encountered a bear at my work vehicle before. A long time ago, when I was working for somebody else, probably back like 16, maybe. I was going to lunch, and I was at a house, and I was going to get my lunchbox, and I heard something in the woods. I didn't think nothing about it, and I grabbed my lunchbox out, and a fucking black bear just stepped out from behind my vehicle, and I was probably like 5 feet away from it at that point. We just kind of looked at each other, kind of understanding that I'm going to try my best to fuck you up, but I probably won't win. Please just go about your business, and I'll go about mine. And, he just kind of walked off and left. And I was like, okay, we're cool. But he was a lot bigger too. So that was a nervous one too. So yeah. And
That's
then also leaving band practice one time, there was a baby black bear at the bottom of our ramp that goes up to our practice space. So I just sat down and waited for him to leave before I attempted to leave.
Yeah, you don't want to get a mama bear.
bear was around. I definitely would have been screwed then. So yeah, I've run times around here. Yeah,
Dude. I had
never one in my vehicle before.
Right, that's just nuts. So like when I was a kid, we went on like family vacation for like 2 weeks out to Yellowstone, and fucking I made myself sick with nerves. I was like 9 or 10 at the time. And like my parents slept in the back of the truck while the kids slept in the tent. Right. And I got up in the middle of the night and went into the truck, and I'd worked myself so sick with my nerves that I threw up in the fucking cab of the truck.
Right.
On vacation. And that night there, whatever happened, like the next morning, there were fresh fucking scratches on the trees from where a fucking grizzly walked through our camp in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck.
That's crazy.
So it's like, imagine getting out of the fucking tent to fucking like, because you're scared of the fucking bears and shit. And to get in the fucking truck, and then one actually fucking came through your camp.
Yeah. I thought you were going to tell me that you went on vacation to Jellystone and somebody stole your picnic basket. I was like, man.
Hey,
I'm gonna steal some picnic baskets. On that boo-boo bear.
Down in the western part of the state, there is a Jellystone campground.
We have a Jellystone up here too.
We have one in Bloomington.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's one outside of Scottsburg.
I didn't know if it was a chain or if it was just like a one-off.
It's a chain.
It is. They're actually a branch of KOA.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep. Dude, we used to do that like all through the fucking like the late 80s and the early 90s. That's like my family, because there were 5 of us. That's what we always used to do, camping trips like that.
Yeah.
Because we all couldn't afford fucking a hotel for 5 fucking people.
Right.
So anyway, now that we've got through some of this stuff, The reason we're here, literally, I think most of us, the reason
Yeah.
we're here is probably we were conceived to some Black Sabbath at one point or some Ozzy.
I don't know about all that, but yeah,
I
I
mean, you
my
never
mom
know.
was in some Ozzy, you know.
I
Chemical
mean,
Romance was after I was born anyway, so
dude, your dad was probably listening to Technical Ecstasy. See what I did there?
yeah.
Well, the thing about
No, as musicians, I think it's probably the reason that most of us are here right now. Whether you got into Ozzy or Sabbath and as your first, your introductory to like heavy music kind of thing,
Right.
or you just heard it and you were just so enamored by the sounds of what you heard, I can definitely say that.
And I think the thing with Ozzy too is he's one of those like artists that, as far as like you said, with all his metalheads and stuff, it's like he's always been there. It's almost like a part of us. You grew up listening to it, hearing it on the radio, and then you started getting into his solo stuff on your own, and at least that's how it was with me. So
Yeah.
it's like he's just like a part of us,
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And, so I was lucky to, like, personally speaking here, when I got into Ozzy, I had, so it was one of those weird things. I was introduced through a friend, and it was to the song Paranoid, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just like, well, that's cool. And then my sister, and I still have it to this day, it is the exact copy of it, is No More Tears. I still have the copy that I had years ago that she had. And I was introduced to Ozzy from this, like, as his solo career.
Yeah.
Because it was that time, where
90 or 91, right?
1991. She was 6 years older than me. And, so I'm talking like I'm hearing this around 95, 96, probably. Mm-hmm. 4 or 5 years after it came out. And finding out, like, doing the research, reading the liner notes, who was in the band, and then like, hey, he was in this also. And I was like, wait, he sang that song? Okay. And then just doing that research.
I'd say I probably first, got into I distinctly remember it was when probably right around when No More Tears was released. And I always grew up knowing Ozzy Osbourne. Everybody did, the hits and Paranoid and stuff, some Sabbath
Mm-hmm.
and Crazy Train but when I actually became a fan, I remember I was in a Boy Scout troop and we went on a trip. I think it was a skiing trip. And we all went up in like a big old van and stuff. And some of the guys that were a few years older were playing the No More Tears record. I think they played the tape on the radio, the cassette player that was in the van or whatever. And I just remember being totally blown away by it. Like, this is like pretty crazy. And especially the riff from No More Tears. And then, I remember loving Mr. Tinker Train. That was another one of my favorite ones. And so that album, yeah, definitely had a big impression.
Kind of got some that song's got a little bit of a weird connotation to it these days. Kind of feels kind of weird. Dude, that whole album is an amazing banger. Like start to finish, I love that album. Like you said, Mr. Tinker Train all the way to Road to Nowhere. Like the classic release, whatever the remasters or whatever have one, like if there's extra tracks or whatnot, I don't know. Cause like I said, I'm going back to the original on that. And that whole album is so good.
Now, what about the two Jasons? When did you guys, what's your first kind of Ozzy solo memory or whatever?
Dude, to be honest with you, I don't know, man. He's like just always been there, so I don't really know if
exactly.
like knew like It was like a before I knew of Ozzy and after I knew of Ozzy. Like I don't know. Like I guess on radio we used to have rock radio here, so I probably heard like you know Crazy Train a million times and not realize who it was before you start honing in on those kind of things. So
Sure.
probably knew them way when I was younger. But like I guess like really though, like probably No More Tears album was like really the first one. That was about the time I was really getting into music. So that would be about the time. That would be about the era that I would have discovered that. The first one I ever bought was Osmosis because it came out like '95, and I was
Yep.
yeah, I was making my own money then. So yeah, yeah, I was like the pretty much the tail end of the good Ozzy era, like before it was like overproduced and kind of like more like poppy stuff to put on the radio.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, and then like when you get into Black Sabbath stuff, it's like this whole other like era to get into. So yeah, just I don't know, like that time was like just my brain was just like a sponge of everything music, and I would just like I would just take it all in. I mean, I remember as a matter of fact, like when I had like I don't know if you guys know what ISS is, if it's called that in your school, in
In
school.
school
And school
suspension.
Yeah,
suspension.
I got it
I
one
spent a lot of
time.
time there.
Yeah, I got it one time, and I remember the ISS
I
teacher's
bet
name.
Jason never did.
The ISS teacher's name Miss Crust. I'll never forget. She drove a Mercedes. I don't know why I know that. But yeah, so my the whole thing I did was I did all the schoolwork, and then all I did was like I got a piece of paper and I just fucking wrote down band names, and Black Sabbath and Ozzy were one and two, and then it was like and then it was like all Ozzy's band members like other projects, and then like I ended up making like a big fucking huge like Venn diagram. It's like Ozzy, Black Sabbath, and then it's like Dio, okay, then Deep Purple over here because this guy was in Deep Purple, and yeah, I just got it was like the fucking Diary of a Madman, pun intended on that one. So
So, I actually have to give my mom a shout out as to being the reason why I'm in a heavy metal band to begin with. Because she's the one that introduced me to Ozzy.
Nice,
It, it,
mom. All
it's
right,
it's
mom.
But it's funny because like like being in a heavy metal band is probably not what she wanted from me, but but she's the blame, whether she realizes it or not. So I just remember when I was growing up, I, I musically I was all over the place. Like I listened to 90s country. I listened to pop radio, 2000s hits, and everything anything of that nature during that time. And I just remember I hit junior high and I then was introduced to this concept of rock. And I remember coming home one day. This is big when Napster and the file sharing days were at its highest.
yeah,
And we were and we got the family computer. And and you got to think at that time, if you didn't have a CD, you didn't have the music. But we had this thing called the internet. And I told my mom's what were some rock bands and songs you listened to when you grew up? And I remember mom playing "Mama, I'm Coming Home," and that's the first time I ever heard that, and that was my first exposure to Ozzy. And I remember being exposed to that, and I remember just loving that song. And then of course how every metalhead's journey is. Then you get introduced to the classics, Metallica, Megadeth, Iron Maiden. My mom didn't want me to listen to Iron Maiden because Iron Maiden was satanic. Um, but Black Sabbath eventually came around, and of course, I got exposed to the Black Sabbath classics, um, Ozzy era classics. And I just remember just that just hitting home. Like I never actually owned an Ozzy or a Black Sabbath record, but I definitely listened to a lot of um, Black Sabbath and Ozzy's music, and that has a lot to do with my musical taste today. to be honest.
Which is totally cool, because getting into them on a second tier level, because hearing somebody else come first, that's cool, especially somebody who is like a fan of said band. And take Jason, the Sword, for example. I know you're a big Sword fan. I'm a big Sword fan too, to a certain point. But and then finding out about like their influences, like Black Sabbath, that's totally rad as shit to me.
So can I add one more thing?
Of course.
Sure.
And I think it would also be fair to say, and I have this perspective because of my age, compared to you guys. You guys are a little bit older than me.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think I bridge the age gap between all four of us, because it's like Jason and Aaron are around the same age, and then I'm a few years younger and you're a few years younger.
Yeah, 45.
I am
44.
the Guitar Hero generation.
Yes.
The millennials are the Guitar Hero generation. And man, a Guitar Hero 1, Bark at the Moon, that had a huge impact on a lot of people my age.
Oh yeah, because it's just like the riff, man, that dun that riff when it fucking that staccato bump comes in. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's otherworldly. But so Jason, Gardner, you mentioned this and about your notebook in ISS, writing down who was in what and exploring, like, who else did Rudy Sarzo play for?
Well, I mean, Quiet Riot was in there.
Because Randy was Quiet Riot.
Yeah,
here, so I remember getting a gift card for Circuit City. One year.
Yeah. I say something real quick. Between Circuit City and Best Buy, I'd take a Circuit City all day fucking long.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. No, there's no debate in that. So
Sam Goody. Am I the one that remembers Sam Goody?
We didn't have
it, I know who Sam Goody is, but I'd prefer FYE over Sam Goody, even though they're the same company.
I liked it better when it was strawberries.
What's that?
I liked it better when FYE was strawberries.
Oh gosh.
Dude, I remember FYE had a Ticketmaster desk in it.
Yeah, I used to buy tickets.
My Kroger was a Ticketmaster outlet.
You had to go there to get your tickets. So you have to
Sears.
7 in the morning,
dude.
Drive to the mall.
I bought a Scott Ian
video store.
I bought a Scott Ian distortion pedal out of Sam Goody once.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Still got it?
I wish I still had it, because that thing's probably, I mean, it sucked, but it's probably worth something now.
It's probably worth tens of dollars now. No, so I had a Circuit City gift card I had gotten for Christmas from like like not a distant, like, but like, it was either an aunt or my grandma or somebody. It's like that when you're a teenager and you can't find nothing. What's like, what does he like? Well, he likes music. Well, here, get him a gift card to here. And I bought a box set called Under Wheels of Confusion.
Dude,
I
had that.
I have it.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore, but I had it. Yeah.
I still have it. And the most prized possession in that whole thing is Jason's notebook from when he was in school suspension. Is a visual aid here because I have it framed. This, as you can see, kind of doing the thing, is the Black Sabbath family tree.
Right.
So it starts at the very beginning with Earth and the Polka Tulk Blues Band. And it goes all the way with all of the other bands that are adjacent to Black Sabbath that are involved, like Elf and Rainbow and Quartz, Fleetwood Mac. Anybody who had an interchangeable member into Black Sabbath, Jeff Nichols, they're in this line. and it goes to like 1988 or 89.
Yeah.
So this is totally the great companion piece that Jason was talking about when he wrote out, like, well, who did Rudy Sarzo? What's other Rudy Sarzo stuff? Well, this will tell you, because it shows like when Ozzy left and went to make the Blizzard of Ozz. So total cool stuff.
Wow.
That's a nice visual
cool,
aid
dude.
for the show.
You can even like connect it to like Whitesnake and shit, like it spreads far.
David Coverdale, with David Coverdale being in fucking Def Leppard.
Yeah, Deep Purple. And then you got the John.
Deep Purple. My bad, dumbass.
Blue Murder. It casts its wings wide. Black Sabbath does.
Hold on. Yeah, and Bernie Tormé played a few shows with Ozzy after Randy Rhoads died, and he played with Ian Gillan in Gillan's band Gillan in like the late 70s.
Yeah.
So there's so many deep levels in,
And think of and Brad Gillis.
Yeah, Night Ranger too.
Yeah. And Elf and Quartz and all those bands were like Ronnie's bands and shit before he went into Sabbath.
Now, speaking of Brad Gillis, what is your guys' opinion on the Speak of the Devil album? That's the live album where he does, the Ozzy did the Black Sabbath songs.
It's okay.
He did nothing but Black Sabbath songs on the Speak of the Devil album.
It's all right. I mean, he's no Randy Rhoads. He was no J.K. Lee. He did what he could.
He definitely, I think he plays great on it. It's not how the songs usually go. Yeah. And, he plays kind of just shreds all over it, but it's pretty cool, man. It's a pretty live, I think I like Live Evil by Black Sabbath better from a live album of Black Sabbath material from 1982. I'll take Live Evil. So
sure.
Never listened to it.
And you got to think, I mean, there's pretty iconic parts in the Live Evil release that have been a mainstay in Black Sabbath to today, like the O's at the end of War Pigs.
Yep.
Dio did that, and Ozzy continued doing it. But no, like Speak of the Devil, I love the album cover because it's Ozzy dressed as the devil, and it's like he's got the blood in his mouth and just like the archway that he's in. I love that image. And I just recently, oh my gosh, my friend Tyson, we were going through a storage unit because he's unloading some stuff, and he has a 1982 poster of that.
Nice.
With 4 pinholes, 1 for each corner. It was put up one time and taken down and rolled up. And like, I tried to buy it from him for the Metal Forge because I told him, I was like, dude, I'm going to frame it and fucking put it up. And he's like, oh, I'm going to frame all my stuff. But no, like, but for the show, I'm glad it got a commercial release on DVD a few years back, about a decade or so ago.
I'll have to check that out. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah. And because it's from somewhere in California, like San Jose or Costa Mesa or something like that. No, it's a great show. It really is. But, I like it for what it is. I think it was a contractual obligation that Ozzy had to put out an album, and they did the live album.
When I heard the reason why he did all Black Sabbath material is he was kind of trying to compete with the Black Sabbath live album that they knew was going to come out. And I think his came out right before the Black Sabbath one or something like that. I guess they were kind of had a little rivalry at the time,
I could see that. And that's one of the things too, that's like on a overall discussion of Ozzy solo, Ozzy with Sabbath, there's always those groups of people that are just like either or, like with like the Dio versus Ozzy era stuff. And I think that is unfortunate that most people feel that way. Like, well, yeah, he was so much fucking better than Ozzy, or oh fuck, Dio just absolutely sucks, or what the fuck ever, because I think Sabbath regardless of being like Ozzy, Dio, Gillan, Martin, whatever, I think they've had valid stuff their entire career.
Oh yeah.
You know, Cross Purposes, for example, is a great fucking album.
I mean, I'm even a fan of the 7-Star record. I love Glenn
Power
Hughes.
Metal Sabbath.
Yeah. Now you mentioned the Speak of the Devil cover. Does everybody here have like a favorite Ozzy, like a cover picture, cover album? Cover of the album? My personal favorite is The Ultimate Sin. I love that cover. It's so cool.
Yeah, I would say probably Blizzard of Ozz for me. That one's just it's a really
yeah.
I mean,
That's
between Blizzard of Ozz and Diary of Madman is pretty iconic. I mean, when you see that picture, it's. I mean, you know exactly what it is. I mean, it's iconic.
Yeah. Definitely.
So okay, for me personally, I really do like two that stand out completely to me. I have a couple of second place / honorable mentions. Obviously, Blizzard for what it is, because it's like the hammering with the crucifix, kind of thing. I love it. This copy actually is a Jet Records first edition.
Nice.
Still got the Oz from the live fucking it's it's so good. And it does. So like if you can find a Jet Records pressing now, get it. Not only is it all original with Daisley and Kerslake, but like it's non-remastered. To me, it sounds so much better than the remastered edition. But anyway, honorable mention with that. Bark at the Moon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where he's like on like coming out from the thing and he's the werewolf. That's a great one. That's a great cover. But honestly, I would say they're tied for first place is No Rest for the Wicked. And the other would be actually Osmosis, or not Osmosis, The Ozman Cometh.
Okay.
Because
is that a greatest hits compilation or
it is
greatest hits? Yeah.
It is a greatest hits, but I love the cover because it's just the brass cross on the black background that says Ozzy on it. And it's such a stark, simplistic cover. And I think it was a wasted cover because I think it could have been a legitimate album cover, not a greatest hits.
Cool. So one thing I also wanted to bring up, I got a lot of subjects I was thinking of is
that's what we're here for.
One thing that was great about Ozzy is despite him not being a musician, he couldn't play anything. He always surrounded himself with the fucking best musicians, I mean, some of the guys that played with him are crazy. I was thinking to myself the other day, we could come up with an all-star band just of dead guys from his band,
Oh, yeah.
Well, now we're going to include him in it.
Oh. I would put Randy Castillo at drums, Randy Rhoads on guitar, Pete Way, who played with him for a little while on bass, and then, Ozzy.
Yeah.
So I want to ask this question, though. Who surrounds himself with better musicians, Ozzy or Dave Mustaine?
I'd say Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Yeah, I would say.
Really?
Well,
really?
Okay, so
hold on. Think about this for a second.
I think Ozzy does based per capita. Because if you really think about Dave for the last 20 years or better, he's really only had a couple of member changes. But like like say Ellefson has gone and came back and gone and came back and gone again over that time.
Yeah.
You know, and so I mean, Kiko, like, don't get me wrong, like Kiko's an amazing guitar player.
I mean, I think probably Ozzy, because those guys, the musicians in his band, had to do all the heavy lifting as far as with songwriting. Ozzy, you know, despite being a great singer, didn't write a lot. So I would probably have to go with those guys. Dave Mustaine, I mean, that guy can write riffs for fucking day. I mean, I love Megadeth. I love Nick Menza. He's one of my fucking favorite drummers. I love all the guitar players. I'm going to see Dave Ellefson actually in a couple weeks. Do like a kind of a bass story kind of thing where he's gonna play and then tell some stories and shit. But I'll have to give it to Ozzy, you know?
Actually,
Now-
by the time this airs, that's probably, I think, that weekend, isn't it? It's like the 8th or something.
7th.
The 7th.
Now, but
yeah, it's a Thursday.
Now,
show.
hold on. Now, let me respond. So, Megadeth arguably has possibly two of the best drummers ever in that band. Nick Menza and Dirk, who's their current drummer.
Right.
I mean, all seriousness, like Dirk could literally be in any band he chooses. He could be in any band, and he's probably one of the only drummers that could actually rival the other members of the band that was in Megadeth before him.
Sure.
But that's also not to say like all the other members of like what all they have done outside of Megadeth too. And I said this is one of those things, like it's just crazy to think like all these bands, of all the people that have come and gone in all these bands, you know, the amount of talent that there is and was.
And you're right,
It's just unbelievable.
Dave was always great about finding really great players. I wanted Dimebag Darrell in the band, and he said, you know, hey, I really want you, you know, I want you to come and play in Megadeth. And he said, I'll only do it if my brother can come. And he had already hired Nick Menza at the time, so he was like, I already hired a guy, so. And he was like, well, I can't do it then. So he, you know, like Ozzy, he definitely can spot talent.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. To me, that's cool. You know, that's. Yeah, you know, it's like we all can agree. You know, Dave's a little funky, but at the same time, though, you know, it's just that's a trait that not very many musicians on that level possessed. You know, just the ability to spot, you know, compatible musicians around them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and to me, that's one of Ozzy's strengths. And the ability to work with people, and I mean, whether you know, I mean, even if you're not an Ozzy fan or if you're not a Megadeth fan, that's still something that you can absolutely just you can respect. You know, just like if you didn't like Ozzy himself, you liked someone in his band.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's give a shout out really fast to some former members of Ozzy. Randy Rhoads, Bob Daisley, Lee Kerslake, Tommy Aldridge, Rudy Sarzo, Bernie Torme, Brad Gillis, Pete Way, Jakey Lee, Don Costa, Carmine Appice, Don Airy, Randy Castillo, Phil Susan, Geezer Butler, Dean Castronovo, Joe Holmes, Rob Trujillo, Mike Borden, Jason Newstead, Blasco, and Gus G. Not to count any of the buddy on the you know, the latest release he had, Patient Number 9, because that was a compilation album. That was kind of like Hey Stupid from Alice Cooper. Bunch of different people getting together and playing. You know, I've often said this, and it's kind of funny now, because I've said that I want to live in the timeline where Black Sabbath got back together after Live Aid in 1985.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Black Sabbath at that lineup, and when it's the first reunion, when it's, you know, Bill, Ozzy, Geezer, and Tony, and they're all like leather dressed, and it's like Ultimate Sin era Ozzy, and he's got the fucking dyed blonde hair and the fucking big
hair.
fucking striper jacket. That's just a fucking giant cape. Like, I want that Ozzy where fucking geezers in red leather pants.
I think this is a good time to add this too.
Sure.
Mark and I talked earlier today, but isn't it awesome that we actually got to experience Ozzy
Yeah.
and Black
Sure.
Sabbath in our lives? You know, there's going to be, think about it. There are anyone that doesn't have a memory now, children or anyone born now will never experience Ozzy being alive.
Yeah. And that's a weird thing to think.
Yeah.
It really kind of is. And we got to experience that. And, and maybe I never got to see Black Sabbath live. Maybe I never got to see Ozzy live. But you know what? I certainly got to experience what metal was like when he was alive. And Ozzy's death, to me, it's a sad moment, but I was telling Mark, it's oddly inspiring. Any of us who are involved in music, we have that legacy now. I mean, literally Ozzy helped create it.
Yeah.
And what we get to do, and if you're in a band or if you're a fan of the music, you have Ozzy to thank for that. And especially if you got to experience him, or if you got to experience what life was like when he was around. It's just weird to think, he's gone now, but I mean, we kind of get to be Ozzy now. in a weird way.
Right.
And
yeah. I mean, like, it's like the passing of the torch, so to speak. Yeah, I get that. And
I mean, it's cool. I mean, and I think I think that's how he would have wanted, or how that's what he would have wanted, or that's what he always wanted.
I think so. And well, okay, so check this out. Like years ago, like I'm talking like 2000, like 8, 9, 10, somewhere around in there. I found out that like Motorhead was playing on a night I already had a show booked. And it bummed me out. Okay. And the thing about it was like, I'm going to go play my show anyway and not cancel it to go see arguably one of my favorite bands that are such a big influence to me. Okay. Because I knew that Lemmy would appreciate me not coming to see him and doing my own thing. I really do. I definitely like watching the stuff and reading and the history of stuff like that. And with what you just said, Jason, like we kind of get to be Ozzy now. You're pretty well right with that, because I think he would be the same type of person. Like, go do your thing, do your craft, because I'm here, I'm doing mine, I've got mine, do yours, make it work, because he was such a fan of the artistry and the music. And despite like aside from like all of like what, it's kind of like what Jason Gardner said earlier this week with the may not be the biggest fan of like some of the business practices that Ozzy and Sharon were a part of. And I do very much agree with that. I believe, especially to Jason and I, she definitely has a TC nickname. Right, Jason?
Oh, yeah.
Thunder what?
We shouldn't say it on air.
That's right. But no. So like, aside from that, I mean, There's a line in a song where he said, what is it, in Tomorrow on Osmosis, I never meant to hurt anybody except for myself. And I find that, and I think that's him. He didn't mean to hurt anybody.
And I think what's kind of I forgot so much too, like how much crossover appeal Ozzy had was, especially when he did the Osbourne show. And I'm like a home health aide. I take care of like a lot of elderly people and stuff, and go to different people's houses. And I don't know how many people this week were like, "Oh, did you hear about Ozzy Osbourne?" And older people in their 70s, 80s, 90s that were had just because he was such a cultural icon. And they might not have been a fan of the music and didn't know much about that, but they knew who he was. And I think one of the reasons why he was so popular and connected so much with people is there was no pretense with Ozzy. What you saw was what you got. There was never like him pretending to be someone or having like this rock star trip or whatever. He just was a very authentic person. I think that really connected with people, and that's why he had such a crossover appeal.
Sure.
I
think one of
saw.
the fun. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. I think I saw that there was the game, the Xbox 360 game, Brutal Legend.
Yep.
Was actually I think they were offering free downloads of that game because Ozzy's in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
As himself.
Dude,
he helps you suit up your hot rod that you get around in that game. And of course, Lemmy's in that game too.
Of course,
as himself, and it's I have wanted a sequel to that game so bad.
I heard they were producing one. I heard rumors of it.
Remaster.
Jack Black has expressed interest in wanting to do another one.
Okay, that's what I heard.
yeah, he's expressed interest in wanting to do another one, but yeah, I asked someone there at work there that's like who would be in it now, but that's a conversation for another time. Sure. But it's cool that that Ozzy was in the first one. Provided if there's never a second one.
What is your least favorite Ozzy song?
The entire Black Sabbath 13 album.
Come on. Don't be a hater.
Even he hated that album.
God.
I got into this conversation earlier with somebody. And after the shit with Bill, they all kind of resigned from it, apparently. But this is just now coming out. That album has been out for 12 fucking years. It took 12 years for them to say, hey, we didn't like working with Rick Rubin. It was a fucking pain in the dick. We don't really like the album. And it's like, what? I mean, I don't think it's a bad album. Is it my go? Is it a go-to? No. Is Technical Ecstasy a go-to, though? No, but I still like it.
My least favorite Ozzy song, probably one of the ones off his later record, like Ordinary Man, something off that. Or I wasn't a huge fan. The vocals sound really processed, and
yeah.
Oh,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
From the era of Ozzy that you prefer, I should say.
Okay.
Because let's face it, Ozzy did have a few, he had at least four different eras of his career. Because you've got the straight up 80s that were the main driving line of Ozzy. 90s Ozzy is completely different than 80s Ozzy with Zach. 2000s Ozzy, is kind of weird too. But then you get into like the Ozzy from a few years ago with like Ordinary Man and Scream and Patient Number 9. Well, like I said, Patient Number 9 is like a weird compilation album to me because there's so many different people involved with it. But like, I would say from like Down to Earth, Black Rain, you get those eras and they're just kind of weird too. So out of your preferred Ozzy era, what's the least favorite song?
Dude, I'm going to say one that people probably turn this off, but dude, I'm going Crazy Train.
Well, that's just from Burnout.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think that song is weak as fuck. I think it starts good. I think the solo's all good. I think the main riff's good. I think the vocals bring it down, make it kind of goofy. I think the chorus riff kind of is pretty lame. I've never really,
What, like the
I've never been a,
metal
yeah,
one?
I've never been a believer in Crazy Train. Like I honestly think just because the name is Crazy Train and they did a video and the people use it like for whatever reason it caught on. But dude, I think that song is weak. That's a good song on Blizzard by far.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is it just because that trains are not very cool?
No,
I
it's
mean,
not that. It's just I just don't think
I mean,
it's very cliche.
I don't know. I
It's
saw a
like-
train one time that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, hold on.
Good one, Aaron.
As much as that song is overplayed,
Yeah.
as much as that song is like the inner Sandman of Ozzy's career,
Yeah.
it's still a way better song than most of Ozzy's catalog.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's all what you want. I mean, dude, I'll be honest. Like, the DJ or me and Jackie's wedding played fucking Crazy Train when we came back from taking pictures and stuff. And I pulled him aside. I was like, dude, you should have played I Don't Know. It's a much better fucking riff, much better song.
Over the mountain.
Yeah, over the mountain.
Over
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, yeah, but Crazy. I was like, dude, I mean, even Mr. Crowley would have been fucking killer. But you pick Crazy Train. Why? Because it's commercial, dude. It's so commercial.
Okay,
but that's it. But that's it, though. It's commercial. But the thing is, though, you know how many younger people heard that song and got turned on to metal because of that song. Even with it being commercial, the reason it was with it being commercial is the reason that happened.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I always said, Mark said, "What's your least favorite?" And that is my least
Oh,
no, I understand.
To be honest with you, I think the song "Paranoid" is my least favorite Sabbath song.
mine's probably least favorite is probably "Goodbye to Romance."
Not a ballad guy, huh?
Yeah, not that one. I guess.
That's funny. Holy shit. So
The
like
instrumentation in that song is really awesome, but like I said, the lyrics and melody just don't do it for me either. But I'll take it over Crazy Train.
so
I got it. That we know.
So this is a weird thing, Jason Roach. Because like Aaron, Jason Gardner, and I are all in agreement on one thing. The worst Ozzy song is on Blizzard of Ozz.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Ozzy album.
So my least favorite Ozzy song is No Bone Movies.
Oh, I actually like No Bone Movies.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
So like mid-album track like that, like a mid-album track, when you to me as a fan and as a musician, Believer's a far better one.
Oh, I love Believer. That freaking riff it's almost doomy almost. You know? Bone Movies.
Also, I think the thing that annoys me about Crazy Train too, as far as like the riff and stuff goes, is like, man, it's like in between, like, I don't know, Suicide Solution, like Mr. Crowley, they're all in the front half of the album.
Yeah.
And then like, dude, this is the weak link. Why is this one so much more popular than any of these other ones, just based on the riff alone?
Well, the first half of the album, is I don't know, Crazy Train, Goodbye to Romance, and D.
Okay. So yeah, it's
so,
okay.
And then but the second half, oh my gosh, but the second half, Suicide Solution, Mr. Crowley, No Bone Movies, Revelation, Mother Earth, and Steal Away the Night.
Yeah.
Dude, like to me,
second.
Yeah.
To me, that like Suicide Solution, Mr. Crowley, Revelation, Mother Earth, and Steal Away the Night. Oh my God. That like No Bone Movies is like the bathroom break of the album.
Well, okay. So, let's just use Metallica as another example. So let's just use the Black Album as an example. I mean, would we all agree that like the struggle within of Wolf and Man?
I love the struggle within. By the way,
the struggle within of Wolf and Man are better songs than Enter Sandman.
I would say no.
No?
Really?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends on what you're like. To me, what that album's supposed to be going for is they wanted to get big radio hits, and those were the ones that did it. I mean,
but what I'm saying is, if we're talking like what's a better song, I mean, in general.
So, a better song to listen to would probably be a song that, being a musician, yeah.
Now, are we saying this just because we're burnt out on Enter
Sandman and
hold on. Are we burnt out on Crazy Train?
I'm not. I'm not burnt out on either of them. So,
well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so I get Jason's argument.
If you can listen to Enter Sandman like once a year, and if you can actually accomplish that feat. When that song fucking hits, like after not hearing it for a long time, and you can listen to it loud, that song is still like top 5 of all time. Like, dude, it's fucking hit.
Okay,
when it's saturated, it's watered down, much like a good Kool-Aid concoction. When you use too much water, it just doesn't hit the same. You gotta have that. You gotta wait a while and have it strong. Like
Jason, aren't you drinking Kool-Aid over there?
I ain't drinking. Well, I'm drinking Gatorade Zero today.
Oh, he's empty. Do you need a refill?
No.
Do you? We can pause this if you need a refill.
No.
Because he's over here Margarita Mondaying it up.
No.
Okay,
no.
So, well, Jason, you already said your favorite album.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna have to hop off, man. I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I gotta get up a little early.
Okay.
All right, dude. Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry, I got to hop off.
Before you go, real quick.
What's up?
What's your most favorite Ozzy experience that you've ever had?
Oh, wow. That's going to be a tough one. God, that's a tough one. I remember when I first really started getting into Black Sabbath, I was a fan of Ozzy's solo stuff, and then I bought a Black Sabbath compilation CD. It was probably a fucking like a cheap one you get, and I don't even know if it was authorized or not, but it had
the
some
nice price ones.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought this box set from my first Sabbath.
I used to clean a veterinarian's office, and they had a CD player there where they could pipe music throughout the thing. And I put the CD in, and I was listening to it. I remember listening to it, cleaning up, and hearing, some of the deeper cuts. Because this one had kind of deeper cuts. It didn't have like a lot of the hits on it. And I was like, holy shit, and I really loved it, man. So that was probably, I just remember for some reason that memory sticks out, mopping a fucking vet, clinic while listening to Ozzy and Sabbath.
Hell yeah, man. That's so rad. Before you go, show everybody your shirt.
That was my Sabbath shirt.
Fucking
my girlfriend
actually
got this for
that's
me.
Cool because it's it's like Sabbath Bloody Sabbath to a degree.
With Osbourne right there.
Oh, I see all of their names on there. Cool. Yeah. So it's kind of got like a Ramones thing going on.
Yeah. My girlfriend got it for me, I think for Father's Day, probably about 15 years ago, maybe, or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So she's always great. So that's a keeper when she gets you a Black Sabbath shirt,
Damn straight. Damn straight.
All right, fellas, I gotta head out, man.
Thank you, Aaron. Love you, brother.
Take care, Jason. See you later, Jason.
See ya.
Love you guys, man.
Metal.
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 Across the sky, something in my vision.
So
And
thank
then
you
there
to
was
Aaron for
3.
coming into the show. Now that, well, since Aaron's gone, we can kind of break into a sequel show to the Ale Horn. We had the Black Sabbath game, Back to the Beginning game we were going to talk about. Jason's getting his notes. I can see it.
I'm not gonna figure out what the fuck I wrote here. Let me try.
Jason Roach has his notes. I don't take notes because I said what I said, and I kind of remember what I said. And I'm going to win. I'm going to get all the questions right because I have
hold on a second. Hold on a second. Did I
kind of
not
messed up the assignment?
But did I not call that?
Call what?
Most of the support bands played 3 songs, and mostly only played their own songs with 1 cover.
Not all of them. I mean, Guns N' Roses.
Most of them.
You know,
Yeah,
Metallica.
Guns N' Roses did like 4 covers. Metallica did 2 covers.
Yeah.
But I know I predicted some songs right from the other bands.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So, we all talked about, so let's other than like, let's skip over the you can't skip over because obviously Jakey Lee played Shot in the Dark, but he didn't play with Ozzy,
right?
Which we were wondering about what it would happen, and I kind of figured it wouldn't have happened that way.
I know some of you got some of the covers right from the support bands.
Sure.
Didn't Gojira, or no, didn't was it Lamb of God?
I don't know. I gotta pull up the band order list real quick.
Well, Mastodon did Supernaut.
Yeah. Lamb of God did Children of the Grave, didn't they?
Yes. Okay, so the results are okay. So, Rival Sons, you guys didn't pick because you didn't know what that band was all about. Basically, it's another Zeppelin wannabe band like Greta Van Fleet. I said Never Say Die and After Forever, and they didn't pick either one of those. They actually played Electric Funeral, so none of us got a point on that one. I said Mastodon would play Sweet Leaf. They played Supernaut.
What other songs did they play?
That was it. Of just the Sabbath covers. I mean, they played Black Tongue and Blood and Thunder.
Oh, I said they played Blood and Thunder.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a point for me.
Yeah, and then number 3 was Anthrax. They only played 2, Indians and Into the Void.
What did I say? Hang on now. What did I say they would play?
Sweet Leaf or Fairies Wear Boots.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What did they end up playing?
Into the Void.
What are the other songs they had played? Indians and...
That was it. They only played 2.
They only played 2?
No, I meant like what who did I say Mastodon would play?
What? Oh, what cover?
Yeah.
You said Supernaut?
They played Supernaut, but Mark said Into the Void or The Wizard.
Oh, okay. No point. Yeah.
Yeah, actually nobody played The Wizard, so that was
nobody did, yeah. So I lost that all around.
Yep. Hailstorm didn't even play a Sabbath song. So there you go. They played Perry Mason. So I thought it was pretty cool.
They played Love Bites.
Yeah.
So I got a point for that.
Lamb of God played Children of the Grave. So I didn't I picked Iron Man.
I don't even know what I picked for them anymore.
You picked Changes and Megalomania.
What other songs did Lamb of God play?
Laid to Rest and Redneck.
Oh, I get 2 points.
Alice in Chains. I played Fairies Wear Boots. That would be hold on a minute, I lost something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. I said Iron Man. Mark said Children of the Grave, and you said Lord of this World or Snowblind. So,
dude, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
What
Alice
other songs?
Chains doing Snowblind.
Hmm.
I don't know what else they did.
Man,
What?
would.
No, I got no
Don't
points for
forget,
that.
there's only like 15-minute sets until it got to like the end, like Pantera. So,
Right.
let's see, Gojira, Stranded, Silvera, Mea Culpa, which is the Olympics song they did, and then their Sabbath cover was Under the Sun, which
I get 2 points.
none of us got those. And then Drum Off with the fucking joke. I think everybody can fucking agree with that. Supergroup B stayed out there for like a fucking hour. Steven Tyler singing Zeppelin. I don't know why, but he did.
Because because Ozzy's a Zeppelin fan, and when they were doing Master of Reality, apparently they wanted the sound of like Zeppelin 3.
Right.
And they were rushed into that, and that's where, I get that.
Right. Pantera, Cowboys from Hell and Walk, Planet Caravan, Electric Funeral. I nailed both of those because that was with their covers before. Yeah. Which is funny. Electric Funeral was played by 2 bands. It's all kind of weird.
I said they play Walk and Cowboys from Hell. 2 points.
That was the only song that was played twice on the set.
Yeah, it was. Tool 46 and 2, Hand of Doom, and Enema.
Oh, I get one. Oh, Enema or Numa?
Enema.
I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
It's capital
I
A.
get no points.
It's pronounced Enema. I know you're not Tool fans.
Yeah. Guns N' Roses.
What did I pick for
Slayer?
Well, so what about Slayer?
They played Disciple, Roar Ensemble, Wicked World, South of Heaven, Raining Blood, Angel of Death.
I get 3 points.
However, Wicked World was like played the beginning and end, and they put South of Heaven in the middle of it. So
yeah.
I get 3 points.
And then Guns N' Roses, Never Say Die, Junior's Eyes, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. And they actually played another one, the intro for another one that I don't have with me. So they actually played 4, but 23 listed on here.
0 points for me.
Yep. Metallica, Hole in the Sky, Creeping Death, Bell Tolls, Johnny Blade, Battery, and Master of Puppets.
Now, which one of you said that? Mark, did you say that they would play Hole in the Sky?
I don't think so.
I thought one of you did.
But I also thought they would have done Sabracadabra.
Yeah, I thought they would have done too. Yeah. There is Hole in the Sky on here. I wrote it down.
Well, I got Master of Puppets right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a given.
Right.
Yeah.
Stranger Things, baby. Introduce those kids to metal.
Oh yeah.
And then Ozzy didn't play any Sabbath covers, strangely enough. No, just kidding. I don't know, Mr. Crowley, Suicide Solution, My Mom Coming Home, and my favorite, Crazy Train. And then
I got 2 points.
Yeah, and then on the last ones I got 4 out of 5. I didn't pick NIB, but they played War Pigs, NIB, Iron Man, and Paranoid. I thought they would play Black Sabbath. So
I figured they would too, but I don't think he could have did it though. That was one of the things. They had 7 songs rehearsed, and they chose to do the 4.
Right.
I got 2 points on that.
So yeah, anyway, like I said, I mean, going off the rules of the game, which was what Sabbath song would the bands play, nobody really did that great. So
no, we all kind of choked. It's like, fuck, we're old people. We don't know shit.
Yeah.
Yes, but I also said that all the bands weren't just going to play Sabbath songs.
Sure. No, that was going to be the thing, the caveat is like, but everybody was thinking that they, at the announcement of this, everybody was talking like it was like full band sets. And I was like, no, it was going to be more like a Live 8 kind of like Live Earth performance. It's going to be like 20-minute sets. It's going to be like the Freddie Mercury benefit show at Wembley back in fucking 91. It was just like that. And, that was an experience too. Like the pictures from that show where it's like all of the like the main musicians of like Slayer and Metallica and Anthrax and all of them sitting around Ozzy and Black Sabbath, and he's in the throne and everything, dude. Some of those pictures are just amazing.
Also, I had a couple bonus questions that I threw in. That I actually got 2 of them right.
It was the over-unders.
Will the show be streamed and how much? And I actually did say 30 and yes.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Also, J.K. Lee did not get his rights to his credits for Bark at the Moon. That was one of the
right. And he went missing.
Yes, he did.
Has anybody seen J.K. Lee?
For a minute.
J.K. Lee.
That should be on his tombstone, dude.
Has anybody seen J.K. Lee?
Did you watch that show, Jason?
No, he was in Florida.
I was on vacation.
Dude, I got up at 10 o'clock. I plugged up my fucking phone to the USB to charger port adapter I had, plugged in the fucking sound bar, and I fucking sat there, dude, from 10 till fucking like 8 o'clock. And I watched every goddamn second of that. Even the fucking filler shit in between on the stream. Which, if it had to do over, I wish they would have took submissions from bands that didn't playing Sabbath songs in between the set changes. Because I think that could have been really fucking cool. But shout out to Margaret Witch Cult. Shout out to Margaret Witch Cult for being on there a lot. And also their White Wedding cover on their new album is really fucking good. So check that out.
Right. So like, I think that show was really cool in the changeover rate, because did you notice how they did it? They had a carousel on the stage.
Yeah. It's where they did Live Aid that way too, though.
Guys, I'm gonna leave you to it.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna dip out, but I love all of you. Thank you, Ozzy, for giving us heavy metal. And it was a great conversation with you all, as always.
Definitely, Jason. Thank you so much. Dude, appreciate you coming through no matter what. Dude, it's awesome. Metal, brother.
Yeah, metal. See you, Jason.
Hey, man.
See everyone out there in Metal Forge land. Peace out.
Wake up.
And then there were two.
Yeah.
It's the war of attrition here at the Metal Forge, talking about Black Sabbath and stuff
Off like
like that.
flies here.
Huh?
Dropping off like flies. I could talk about Black Sabbath all fucking night, but
Dude, me too. Hey, I have the Tony Iommi hand on my arm, dude. I get it. He's influential. I mean, when I'm a guitar player, obviously I pick the devil shape.
SG.
Yeah, I'm a huge fucking fan. I've always been a fan. Dude, I wrote a parody song in high school, actually in middle school. It was in middle school. It's probably 8th to 9th grade when we did it. It was about our high school assistant principal who, in retrospect, after talking to and actually getting to know, was a stand-up person. Such a great dude. The big cat, may he rest in peace. I was kind of talking to you guys off air about going over to my friend's housewarming party. Well, it was his dad was our assistant principal, and we wrote a parody of Iron Man about him because he had a very bushy mustache.
Right.
And we called him the Pringles Man.
Yeah.
And that was the name of the song, of I am Pringles Man. So it was just a thing. And so I remember learning these songs at such an early age, 12, 13, 14 years old, and just learning all this Black Sabbath stuff. And honestly, you all have Altar of Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Wind Rider has Remember the Sabbath. That's one of the things that I think is totally rad is the idea of it's hey, you're paying tribute to the band, band,
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about Altar Sabbath was it was actually my idea to do that because I was inspired by the Maiden Hell cover that Night Demon did on their second album. So yeah, I was like, dude, we should do it, but we should just cover the song Black Sabbath, but not cover the riff, cover the structure.
Sure.
So yeah, it was I was did my best Billboard on shit just kind of intermittent drums and stuff, and Micah did his best Ozzy voice, which actually he could do. We fuck around with Bark at the Moon every once in a while. He can actually do pretty well.
Dude, Overload used to cover Bark at the Moon.
Oh yeah,
as a 3-piece.
But yeah, it's fun, like I said. But yeah, and then I haven't heard Wind Riders. I'll check it out. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's hard to. There's a hard time or hardline.net, the music parody one.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. And it's doom metal band confesses that their love for Sabbath, and it's yeah, okay, I get it, because it's duh.
Dude, I still have, I think somewhere, the tab books. At least I know I have a CD still that came with one of these Hal Leonard tab books of Black Sabbath's greatest hits.
Yeah.
Where
Soul Our Soul.
Huh?
Soul Our Soul.
No, it wasn't that. No, it was just like a greatest hits, but it wasn't like the We Sold Our Soul tab book. No. Okay. It was one that came with a CD and it had somebody else playing the parts, and you could actually play with the CD, which was totally rad. And hearing the way certain songs are counted in, War Pigs, was so crazy, but it's such a fun deal to go back and just to understand what those dudes were doing back in 1967, 68, 69, where they came across the idea of wanting to play horror music.
Yeah.
And then turning to the idea going forward to when you get to like 1971 with Master of Reality or 72, whatever, and them wanting to be more like Zeppelin,
Right.
more bluesy based, like the first and second album type stuff. And then, but ironically, probably releasing one of their heaviest sounding albums with Master of Reality.
Mhm.
You know, with the down tune and everything, because those albums are more down tuned than that album is than the two before it. Because that's where he
Yeah,
went to see.
I consider that the stoner doom tuning. Like, I don't even think a band has to be stoner doom, but if they're tuned in C or anywhere in the vicinity like we are, you just automatically like lumped in that in there.
Sure.
You know, it's just like
Yeah.
the
I
Sabbath
mean,
tuning, you know.
yeah, that's totally a thing. And no,
Ours is tuned down low because that's Micah's vocal range. Yeah,
right.
that's where it sounds best. Like, you know, if he sang higher, we'd probably be a step up. You know, honestly.
Sure. Same here. Same here. We're tuned to D and drop C, but Ice
C
Howl is
standard.
tuned to Sabbath tuning.
Yeah, we're C standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's totally cool. But no, I mean, honestly, I dig the Bronca thing where it says you can only trust yourself in the first 6 Black Sabbath albums.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, Technical Ecstasy, Never Say Die, they've got some good songs,
Yeah.
but are they really good albums?
They're the end of an era. You could tell the band is out of gas. Ozzy,
Sure.
you know, Ozzy's vocals aren't really inspiring or inspired sounding. It's the end, you know. But you know, that wouldn't, if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have had to change with Dio. So, you know,
Sure, sure,
happened for a
sure.
reason.
All right, Jason, I've got a stack of albums here
Right.
and here. We got some twofers here. We're doing best and worst. Obviously, Blizzard, we've got your worst, Crazy Train, best.
Yeah. Suicide. Oh, not Suicide. Mr. Crowley.
Absolutely. Diary of a Madman, best and worst.
Over the Mountain, for sure. But I mean, there's pretty good ones on there too, man.
There's some really good ones here.
Yeah. Dude, actually, believe it or not, I'd probably go.
Dude, this look at
I'd probably just go with the title track as my least favorite, even though it's good too. You know.
Right. Such a great deal. Obviously, the next one in line, live albums, I'm not including. Speak of the Devil. So we're just going studio here. Tribute is not a. It's a great album because it's live. Bark at the Moon.
Definitely the best song on there.
Definitely.
I don't think anybody would deny that.
Worst
song probably. Shit. I'd say So Tired.
Yeah, I would say something like that too. The funny thing is like this is a remastered edition, and it's got the 2 bonus tracks on there, One Up the B-side and Spiders, which were better fucking songs that should have been on the album.
Right.
So, Ultimate Sin.
Killer of Giants, best song for me.
Which you know was the working title for that album.
That's a cool name. Worst song probably Secret Loser. I don't know. That's not one of my favorite albums.
I'm a secret loser.
Yeah, that's not one of my
Obviously,
favorites.
as we said earlier in the episode, I don't have that at one.
Right. No Rest for the Wicked next, right?
No Rest.
Okay. Best song. I want to say Bloodbath of Paradise.
Ooh. Off the beaten path.
Yeah, that's a cool song.
Don't you dare.
That's a really cool song.
I'm going to tell you now.
Okay.
Don't you fucking dare say Crazy Babies is the worst song on that album.
No, it's not my favorite, but I don't like Fire in the Sky very much. So
yeah, that's because you hate that movie. Shut up.
Oh, well, I didn't think about that, but no, it's I don't know, it's all
right. Here's another cool live album that a lot of people overlook.
Mm-hmm.
Just Say Ozzy.
Yeah.
which has Geezer Butler on bass. No More Tizzers.
Oh, big booms out there. Let's see, best song on there, Hellraiser.
Cool.
Yeah, worst song, I mean, overplayed. Yeah, Mama Coming Home's overplayed. Not the worst. I would say probably Zombie Stomp is kind of
I get it. It's
Yeah,
not a track that most people would run to.
Yeah, I mean,
understand.
It's fine, but it wears its fucking welcome out really quick.
Yeah, but it's also like 6.5 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's long.
Because the intro is like 2.5 minutes.
Right.
Osmosis.
Oh, Perry Mason, best song.
Worst song though.
Worst song. I don't know. Man, this is not the first one I bought, but I would say probably Old LA Tonight. I don't
really.
Yeah,
and I think this is an album that's a great.
You know what? Never mind. I'll take that back. I'm gonna say Thunder Underground. Yeah, it's okay. It's another one that kind of wears its welcome out to me.
Down to Earth.
This is the last one I really know anything about, so I have to bow out after this one.
That's where I drop off the Ozzy train for a while, because this was in an era where I was not a big fan. Like, it was like I had seen him on the tour right before this, and they had Joe Holmes on guitar.
Yes. I would say Gets Me Through. No, Facing Hell, probably the best song on there. Dreamer, worst.
I'm a dreamer.
Yeah, it was a catch on that like ballad craze, So.
Yeah. So not only do I have this original print,
Black Rain.
Of Black Rain.
Only song I really like on there is Trapdoor, but I think me and you talked earlier, it's too industrial sounding to me. So
sure,
yeah, I don't really know Scream.
To me, it's a Black Label album with Ozzy on vocals.
Basically, yeah. And
but I also have this version of it too.
What's that? I don't know what that one is.
It's the tour edition.
Oh, okay.
That basically it's in a jewel case with Then there's obviously Scream.
Don't know anything on it.
It's not a bad album. It's got some good songs. It's got some whatevers. Scream, obviously the hit from that album. But like I like something like Latimer's Mercy, I think is a great song on that album. Then there's of course Ordinary Man, which I don't hate.
Chad's like that album too. I never could get over it.
What's that?
Chad's a pretty big album. I'm a fan of that album too. I just never gave it the chance because I was just kind of over the Ozzy solo stuff by then,
Sure.
Yeah, it just didn't the same. It just didn't have the same weight, as the earlier stuff. And
like, I actually like Under the Graveyard. I think it's a good Ozzy song. It really is. Scary Little Green Men is a good song on there. I mean, I think so. And then obviously like Patient Number 9, which like I said, I don't consider an actual Ozzy album. I consider it a compilation because there's so many different people that's involved.
I should go back.
Some of the songs are good.
Because I know Tony Iommi plays quite a few songs on that. I should go listen to that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I never did.
I also brought in another stack of stuff really fast here. Best song.
I can't even see it. Hold on. Let me zoom in.
Black Sabbath. First album, self-titled.
Every one of them.
Have to pick one.
Black Sabbath.
Worst song.
Oh, on Black Sabbath? Holy shit. I mean, I guess Sleeping Village, because it's kind of just part of a song, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Sleeping Village Warning. Yeah, I could see that. The hit album. Paranoid.
Paranoid. Yeah. War Pig's best, Paranoid worst.
Get you. this awesome copy of Master of Reality.
Master of Reality. That's a tough one too, man. Because that's a
Best song, worst song. And I'm going to add you a caveat on this because this is an album that kind of starts a trend with Black Sabbath over the next coming albums. The interlude tracks, Orchid and Embryo.
Oh man, let me pull the wiki real quick so I can keep my my song.
Here, I can tell you: Sweet Leaf, After Forever, Embryo, Children of the Grave, Orchid, Lord of this World, Solitude, and Into the Void.
Oh, Into the Void, definitely
Best. Fuck
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Embryo, don't get me wrong, because I love it from live. Look, it's in my CD player right now in the other room. It's an empty case.
Right. Worst on that one, dude. That's man, I guess Orchid because it's short.
Yeah, but
then again, Embryo is 28 seconds.
Hang on. So you can't not including Orchid or Embryo.
Okay.
Because they're both intro tracks. So they're interlude tracks is what they are. So Sweet Leaf, After Forever, Children of the Grave, Lord of this World, Solitude, or Into the Void. Worst song.
Man, that's tough. I'm gonna go Sweet Leaf. And I like that song.
That's a great song. Dude, that's a great album. Like, honestly, every fucking thing up until, like I said, Technical Ecstasy is fucking a playthrough. For me, it is. Volume 4, Jason.
Best song, I would say Snowblind.
Very sure.
Worst song, not counting instrumentals, you said?
Yep.
Man, I like Changes, but I'm going to go Changes because I just like the other ones better.
Dude, I can agree with that, and I love Changes, but the problem with Changes to me is I like other people's version of it, like Charles Bradley.
Have you ever heard of Overkill's version of that? It's pretty good. It's all bass.
No, I haven't.
Cool. Yeah.
For some reason, no, I haven't. But yeah, I'll totally do it.
It's on their cover.
Dude, I've had this album since I was 12 years old. This particular copy. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
It's funny you say that because I also have a copy right here.
Dude, your case looks like it's road worn.
Oh,
like,
dude, it's just being dude. I used to ride. My Ride or Die was the whole Sabbath collection.
Look at how mine is too, dude.
Yeah.
You go back to the back, yeah.
So best and worst. Let's see. I'm
obviously Fluff does not count.
Well, I mean, it's 4 minutes.
It really is. Yeah. It's a 4-minute instrumental track of just what?
Yeah. I would say probably Sabracadabra for the best.
Really?
Acrobat's good too, though. Yeah. Yeah. And then worst, I mean, if you can't pick Fluff, which I think I should be able to, but
okay. Since it's a 4-minute song, yeah,
I go Fluff, yeah.
But Sabracadabra is the best.
For me, yeah, I like that song.
Fuck yeah, dude! I love A National Acrobat. Like Spiral Architect. Oh my god!
I mean, dude, really, the Metallica cover picked like the best parts of both songs, dude. So
sure they did. Obviously, we got to go next. Sabotage.
Let's see. Dude, Symptom best. It's so fucking heavy. Thrill of It All probably worse for me.
Dig. Yeah. Dude, so like, Overload's covered some Black Sabbath and some Ozzy in their time. We've done Symptom of the Universe as a cover, but we did the Sepultura version.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Again, getting back to Symptom of the Universe, the fucking drum off they had. Dude, that shit
we have to talk about that.
It was a fucking insult. Like that shit annoyed me.
It is. It was so fucking stupid. Like Danny Carey was just like
Carey knew the assignment. He knew how to fucking play it. The other two fucking dumbasses up there just fucking dicking off.
Dude,
like,
I'm sorry, and I don't mean to be a dick when I say this, but like Travis Barker, I hate watching him play drums.
learn the fucking song if you're gonna be up there. It's a
Dude, like that whole
your
fucking
shit.
like high fucking smash of the fucking on the fucking snare. Like, what is that shit?
Dude, my thing was like, dude, it's a tribute to Ozzy, and you're not even playing this shit because you don't know it. So what is it a tribute to? Like, if you don't know
Well,
the fucking song,
his fiance was sitting next to Sharon the whole time. So
anyway, moving on.
and I'm moving on.
Moving on.
Technical ecstasy. Best
Technical
and worst.
XC, yeah. Rock and Roll Doctor is probably my favorite on there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Bill Ward song?
Is it? Might be.
Or is that back yeah, I thought Rock and Roll Doctor was the Bill Ward song.
Probably. I don't really like Backstreet Kids much. The first song.
Dude, I will say this, that like I've got a nice remastered edition of this, and that the cover I don't care for because it looks like fucking two things in an escalator.
The Bill Ward song it's all right.
It's all right, yeah. But like I like the artwork for the rest of the album where it's like the Ralph McQuarrie like paintings of like the digitized versions and stuff. Like on the back version of this, they actually have like the digital parts where like Tony Iommi's got like a fucking plug-in coming out of his face, and they all have like electronics added to them. I do like that, but I wish it was more like the rest of their catalog.
Right.
And obviously, number 9, patient number 9.
Never Say Die. Best song, Never Say Die.
Sure.
Worst song, probably. That's a good one. Air Dance.
Air Dance. I was gonna go with Junior's Eyes.
Junior's Eyes. I like Junior's Eyes. It's still bad. I just went through this album not too long ago, so it's pretty fresh.
Yeah, I need to. It's been a minute since I've listened to it. I need to do it again. And I do have 13. It's just not here in the catalog with me right now. Do you like that? You don't like that album, do you?
Dude, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't like it for a couple reasons. One,
you don't like it because Bill's not on it.
Bill's not on it is the main one. Like it's supposed to be a Ozzy Sabbath reunion that was fucking marred by fucking money disputes when it should have just been 25% across the board. So that one got my nerves, even though I did think that Brad Wilk was a good pick because he has like that swing that Bill Ward had.
Sure.
So also, it was a Rick Rubin overproduced. Ozzy's lyrics were kind of cheesy.
But Ozzy doesn't write lyrics.
When he did on this one, and that's why it was like, Methodemic, for instance. It's.
But I do think it has good songs. I do think like Zeitgeist. I love
riffs. There's good riffs. I'll give it that.
And let's not forget, we had 4 different versions of this album.
Well, there's a tour version. There's a first release.
No, there's a standard release with 8 songs.
Right.
Then there's a digital, like an iTunes exclusive release with 1 extra song.
Okay.
Then there's a Best Buy exclusive release with a different song.
Right.
And then there's one other where it has up to 12 songs. It's like one is like a Walmart release or something.
Yeah.
And like, so to get the entire 12 song album that was there, you had to buy it like 3 times.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But I do think some of those songs that came out of those expanded editions, like Pariah, for example, dude, they're straight up like Killing Is My Business riffs on that song.
Mm-hmm.
Like when like Dave comes in where it's like dun, 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 there's a fucking riff like that in Pariah, and it's amazing. And it's like Tony Iommi doing it, and it's like, holy shit. Now is Dave gonna take credit for that too?
To be honest with you, man, like the last real Sabbath that was recorded to me that I always consider last is the 2 studio songs on the reunion album.
I get that.
Yeah, those are really good. Like Psycho Man in particular is really fucking good.
I like both. I love Selling My Soul and I love Psycho Man.
So those
And
two
dude,
right there
honestly,
are the last ones for me. And it would have been awesome if someone actually picked those to cover at the show, because that would have been like,
well,
that's pretty fucking cool, you know.
the rumor about it was is they had to be approved. And it was a first come, first served basis upon approval.
Yeah.
And if somebody else already had it,
obviously someone didn't fucking adhere to that wholeheartedly, because like I said, Electric Funeral was played twice. So
sure. And honestly, yeah, I love those songs, and I really wish they would have got their deal, and like they would have been ever performed live. I really wish they would have been. But what's so cool too about like that is you know, it was the first new like real new Ozzy Sabbath at the time. And it came out for me, and I shared this on my story when Ozzy had passed, about the deal of saying like, you know, it was like it was me 15 years old at one of the state parks here in Indiana, and I'm wearing my Black Sabbath t-shirt that I got from when I saw them for the first time in February of 99, which was like 3 months prior the reunion album came out.
mm-hmm.
So being fucking 15 years old at that time, and it's just like blowing you the fuck away, you know. And now today I have that same shirt as a back patch on a battle vest, you know, 26 or so years later, or 27 or so years later now. And what's so fucking rad about it is it's like what we were talking about with Jason and Aaron earlier. It's like there's not a time without them in our life.
Yep. I mean, I'm only going on like like 6 days now. No Ozzy on the same earth as I'm on. It's weird, you know?
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, not to change the subject, but like same with like Hulk Hogan, dude. It's like, dude, it's weird because like he's just been there my whole life. And to be honest, Ozzy being older than Hulk Hogan when he died is pretty fucking bizarre if you think about it. Like 5 years more.
Because Hulk looks way older.
Man. Yeah. Like Ozzy was 76. Yeah. Hogan was 71.
Yeah.
My dad would have been 71 this year if he was still alive. So yeah, it's bizarre to think like, man, like all these constants since day one.
My dad would be 80 this year.
So yeah, so RIP, man, to Ozzy, dude. Thanks for everything. And you know, I'm sure there's like so much shit that's been unreleased that could still come out. Hopefully from from the Blizzard days too and stuff like that, you know. So
I'm sure
I would love to hear like a non-cut extended version of Mr. Crowley that doesn't fade out, you know. You can still hear shit going. You know, I was like, what is there? I want to know. You know?
Well, take for example, like if you listen to Crazy Train on the album, and I know it's your least favorite song because of whatever.
I didn't say I hated to listen to it. I just, you compare it to the other fucking songs on that album.
Sure. Yeah. Like, dude, no, I get that.
Like, you know?
Well, what I'm saying though is like, I love the live version of that better because it has the expanded intro.
Yeah.
You know, where it goes through basically the chorus riff into a fucking solo break really quick. And then into the actual, what I refer to, you know, what the neener riff.
So you know the meme with the horse, and it's like the horse is like it's drawn in like really
yes.
Yeah, so it's basically at the beginning is like the horse, and then it's like stick figure.
It's the front of the horse, and then once it gets to the back, it's like a stick drawing.
It's like stick figure, strong part of the horse again with the solo, and then the rest is just like stick figure, you know, because it's like it just, I don't know, man, like it's just too fucking like happy sounding to me.
Yeah, it is. For what the lyrics are, it is a very upbeat song, up tempo, like crazy.
Yeah, like I said, I think Jason might got a little upset by that choice. He seemed a little perturbed by it, but
I
I
think
didn't,
he's, you know, he still loves Crazy Train, and I get that.
I didn't say it to like piss anybody off. It's just my personal preference.
No, you're
I
totally good, man.
just
I
be
don't
like,
think
dude, I mean, just it's not my thing, you know. So
sure.
I mean,
And I
just like the
think, you
song
know, for me,
Paranoid,
it's Burnout.
just like the song Paranoid. Like, I don't think it's the greatest on that album. It's weird that the album's called Paranoid when it should have been called War Pigs, because War Pigs is an immaculate song. And even in interviews, Tony Iommi's like, they wanted one more, so we just like threw this shit together, and they took it. It was a throwaway song too. It was just like a record company here. You can have an extra track. Here you go. And for some reason, for whatever reason, that was the one. It's like, really? This song? You know?
Dude, I'm
Okay.
going to sit there and say, like, pop culturally, it's fucking Paranoid, man. It's the story it tells.
Yeah.
Especially after Geezer's refreshed lyrics of like the Ozzy idea about of like, you know, he was going through a breakup at the time and he was fucking like he was really like kind of weirded out about the chick, and fucking he fucking wrote lyrics for it, and there's a demo version out there of it.
I've
And
heard it.
it's completely fucking wild as shit. It's like if you hear fucking I explained this earlier, and it's like, imagine the writing style of Bruce Springsteen,
Mhm.
who writes a cohesive narrative story
Mhm.
in his lyrics, you know, wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night, blinded by the light, you know, or the highway's jammed with broken heroes on a last chance power drive. That's how Ozzy writes, but because of his disability, his dyslexia and whatnot, it comes out like the demo lyrics of fucking Paranoid, where he's like, I don't know who you are and I love you, but I don't know what I think I want to do. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Dude, I thought Blinded by the Light was ELO.
No. Blinded by the Light is a Bruce Springsteen song that was covered by Manfred Mann.
Oh, okay.
Manfred Mann's Earth Band.
I'm not a Springsteen fan, so I don't really keep up.
I understand, you know, acquired taste, you know. Unfortunately, as of today, there was some, you know, with everybody that has recently passed away, authorities have checked and Bono is just fine. So, like I said, we, as always, links, they're listed below. So please give a like, share, and a follow. Go do all the things and all the stuff. You fucking, just because this is a different episode of the Metal Forge and it's conversation based doesn't mean you don't get the spiel, baby. As always, links, they're listed below. Give a like, share, and a follow. Do all the things and all the stuff. Jason, before we go today, is there anybody else that you would like to shout out or anything else that you would like to promote for the War of Attrition?
We have a EP coming out soon. Be on the look for that about September. Other than that, shout out to everyone who keeps this boat afloat.
Fucking right. Absolutely. Hell yeah. Dude, I'm going to play a friend of mine's band.
Okay.
Just because you hate the song.
Thanks. Hate is a strong word. Let's just say I'm good if I never heard it again. Much
okay.
like I can do a whole episode on this if you wanted to. Much like Shook Me All Night Long. Great song, yes. Iconic, yes. Overplayed. Oh my fucking god, dude. Move on, people.
Back in the ring to take another swing.
Yeah. Let's move on.
And as I said earlier, and I'm moving on. No, so just because you dislike the song, I will not be playing Overload's version of Paranoid today.
Okay.
But I will be playing Eulogy in Blood's Black Sabbath.
Nice.
Metal every day, everybody. Thank you so fucking much. Love you. Ozzy, rest in power, brother. Godfather of heavy metal. Which, you know, funny thing is when they asked Ozzy if he helped create heavy metal, you know who he said he thought did?
Who?
Lemmy. With Motorhead, which is totally fucking rad that like they were on the forefront. But as I said, where we all started, back to the beginning, Black Sabbath. Hey metalheads, you like tattoos? Of course you do. If you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, come on over the bridge to Clarksville, Indiana, and get you some ink done at Ageless Art. If ink isn't your thing, they have a piercing studio as well. Visit agelessartclarksville.com to see some frequently asked questions, meet the staff. The shop is open Monday through Thursday, 12 to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 12 to 10 p.m., and Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m., all appointment-only spots. You can set up your appointments by phone at 812-283-1793 or email agelessarttattooandpiercing@gmail.com, and someone will get you set up for your first or your next tattoo or piercing. Hey metalheads, after going to a rager, what's your ultimate go-to? Mine is totally pizza. So when Overload is playing, or I'm promoting the Metal Forge live showcases, or the big goddamn metal show, I go to Pizza Donisi. Pizza Donisi is gourmet artisan pizza from right here in Louisville, Kentucky. It features things like the pizza of the month, the sandwiches, and also vegetarian and vegan options, which is so totally fucking cool for all of it's awesome pizza. You definitely want to go. Hey, and also from time to time they do cannolis. Oh, so fucking good. You know what they said, man? Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Yeah, just like that in Godfather. They're located right next to the Mag Bar at 1396 South 2nd Street. So either stop in or call in at 502-213-0488. They're open till midnight. The witching hour.
Heineken, fuck that shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Hey metalheads, you all hear me talk about Mag Bar all the time. It is the home to the Metal Forge live showcases and is an integral stop in the ultimate underground metal tour schedule. They obviously feature live music, but the Mag Bar also has daily specials like Pint and Slice Night on Tuesdays with Pizza Donisi. But they also do Bring Your Own Vinyl on Thursdays with DJ Kent Jackson, and Finer Things Sundays. Located right next to Pizza Donisi at 1398 South 2nd Street, open 3 p.m. to 4 a.m. 7 days a week. Get your asses out to the Mag Bar. Rock out. For 45 years in keeping Louisville weird, Electric Ladyland has been there for all your eccentricities. While they do offer the best smoking supplies out on the market today, there's a whole lot more to check out. From ashtrays and blacklight posters, to records, incense and burners, and items to stock your metaphysical supply. They're open from 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Located at 2325 Bardstown Road in Louisville, Kentucky, and at electricladyland420.com. Roll out. In 2017, one man's vision and passion for all things metal started out as a record store in his house. Years later, the fight against a mainstream empire continues as Shade Beast. An independent metal collective and online store based in Athens, Georgia, is the world's premier heavy metal brand for music heads that value authenticity over the mainstream acceptance. Featuring original t-shirts from some of the best underground artists, as well as stickers, posters from the Shade Beast Presents concert series. unique, one-of-a-kind collectibles and small curated selection of vinyl and cassettes from the masters old and new. Visit shadebeast.com and enter promo code SithLord for free domestic shipping on your first order, whether you're a new customer or returning. And be sure to join the Shade Beast social groups on Facebook and the interwebs to keep up with the new release announcements and talk all things metal and Star Wars. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and filth.
Welcome to the night. You think you know Night Demon? Then the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast is for you. Step into the darkness as we peel back the curtain to give you an unprecedented, all-access look into the mind and the heart of the demon. We're talking band history, song analysis, studio anecdotes, stories from the road. It's everything a diehard Night Demon fan could want and more. This is the only place to learn the inside scoop, the deep dive trivia, the untold tales from the band members themselves and those closest to the Night Demon story. Need more? The Sacred Night Demon Crypt will be pried open to reveal demo recordings that have never before seen the light of day, all with in-depth commentary by the band and the people who were there for the writing and recording process. This is a gold mine, a treasure trove of all things Night Demon. Head over to nightdemon.net or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Since 2013, there has been a calling from the underground, from the graves of all those unholy, and they decided to make a zine to talk about all of this. Soul Grinder Zine! An independent metal zine to keep you informed on all things metal and horror from the underground. Available in both print and digital formats, they're bringing you the best interviews and reviews out there today. Not only do they do the zine, but they also do compilation CDs. Check them out at facebook.com/soulgrinder.zine and start your subscription now. Hey everybody, let me tell you about the new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Unchained Tapes. They're an independent Pennsylvania tape label. They focus on extreme metal and punk with a killer approach to the tape scene. Visit their web store at unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com now to get your fill of tapes. And for being a Metal Forge listener, enter the code METALFORGE10 at checkout to get a 10% discount on your total purchase. That's unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com.
What's up, Metal Forge fans? This is Alan Bishop, the alchemist of Indiana's Black Forest and head distiller at Spirits of French Lick. Do you find yourself drawn to the unexplained, fascinated by the Fortean, or enchanted by the paranormal? If the things that go bump in the night resonate in your mind, then tune into my brand new podcast, If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. Featuring first-hand accounts, collected stories, interviews, history, and speculation related to all things not of this world. Available now on Anchor, Spotify, Google, Amazon, and more. Set back, relax, and remember, if you have ghosts, you have everything.
Hey, let me tell you guys about Mercenary Press. They're an independent London label and distributor of all things metal. Mercenary Press delivers the goods from their own independent zine. Trust me, you're going to want to get in on that. To distributing various bands from all over the world, including Cramp from Spain and Sadistic Force from Texas. Visit mercenarypress.bigcartel.com to find out what all they have in stock and what you can order. And for Metal Forge listeners, enter code METALFORGE10 to receive a discount on your total purchase at mercenarypress.bigcartel.com. Check it out now. Hey Metalheads, it's with great pleasure I get to tell you guys about a new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Ageless Art, New Albany. After 20 years of owning and operating Ageless Art in Clarksville, Indiana, Phil Garrett had a vision for a new type of tattoo studio. Something that is clean and modern, sleek, refined, inviting. And he's done just that with Ageless Art in New Albany. You can find it at 2736 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana, 47150. Business hours are Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays are 12 to 6. All sessions are appointment only, so give them a call and go get you some new ink. Or if it's your first time, go get your first one, baby.
In a broken wasteland,